Hello, welcome back to Mark's House and Garden UK. This is one of the mounds I've just created around the perimeter of my existing wildlife pond. I've created a mound by digging a new pond, and that's just on the other side there. And I'm going to be planting these with Jurassic jungle style plants. I've already started planting, and I'll share those plant choices in a moment. I've basically got some evergreen structure in there, and there is a bit of a thought process behind it. But in this video, I wanted to show you this new toy of mine. It's a kind of an inverted spade. I bought this off Amazon, and I'll put the link to it below this video. And it's a great tool because you can kind of dig horizontally and drag the soil towards you. It's great for levelling. I've got some big shrubs to move as well from the other side of the garden. I imagine that will be a great tool for getting in around the base. I suppose you could use it also for digging channels for planting fruits and veg into. But there we are. A wonderful new toy for use around the garden, and I'll put the Amazon link to that in the description box below this video. Let's talk about these plant choices. I'm going to pick the camera up and point at the plants as I describe them to you. So there's the existing wildlife pond, which is actually only 6 months old, but I've already got toads and newts in there, and I'll put a link to a newt video at the end of this one. And there's one of the 3 new ponds which I've just dug in a kind of a horseshoe shape around the perimeter of the existing pond, and you can see there's 3 mounds around here. That one over there is going to have big gunneras at the back and tree ferns here. There's going to be a collection of 3 tree ferns there. And this mound here, I've already started putting some evergreen structure in there. I've got some ferns, as you can see, and I've kind of put rocks underneath, and that's to help to retain water as it rains on the top. I don't want the water to run off. I want it to go down to the roots. So I've just put these rocks, kind of shored them up with rocks. That there is a Photinia green fingers. Look at the beautiful leaves on that. And that's going to be a fascinating plant when it gets mature. That will mature to around 2.5 meters, so that will fill that whole space. It looks a bit bare at the moment. And there's 3 of those. I like groups of 3, so I've got 3 of those Photinia green fingers, and we've got some ferns coming along here. And these will germinate and sow themselves along here and fill in the gaps. I've got some arum lilies for that space there. They're over there in those 2 tubs. That's 2 plants, but that will make 4 plants because I can divide those. They've already started to shoot, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. It's not going to be rocket science, but you can see it shooting on that side there. It's also shooting over there on this side. If I put a spade through the middle, my theory is I'll get 2 plants out of that and 2 plants out of that one. So let's go back over to the other mound over there in this pail here. Soaking is a schefflera. It's like an umbrella plant. That's going to be wonderful. I'm just soaking that to make sure it's hydrated before I plant it. And then over here, another Photinia. This is Photinia spider's web. Look at those lovely variegated leaves. And then along there, we've got a group of 3 Photinia japonicas. Again, they will become quite big and fill the space, and I'll be able to underplant with other jungle type plants. On the other side of this mound, I'm going for a kind of a purpley coloured theme. That plant there is an exception to the rule, if you like. That's another Photinia japonica, and the reason that's there is I got it from a bargain shelf in a garden centre. It was only £4.50, so I can't miss out on that. But here we've got 3 Photinias. These are different types of Photinias. This one is your standard Photinia, and then we've got one over here with a kind of a serrated leaf. I'll talk about these in more detail in another video, but again, these were from a bargain shelf in a garden centre. That one over there has got a more flat habit to it, but these will start off this kind of maroony red theme across here. So I'm going to add to that by putting in some dogwoods, which will give winter colour. I'm going to take those. There's actually a dogwood shrub in a hedge down the lane, so I'm going to take some cuttings from that and just stick them in, and they'll grow. I'm also going to put in some, I think it's called catinus over there. It's an Indian smoke bush. It's not in flower or leaf just yet, but over there it's a beautiful purpley leaf, so I'm going to put one of those in here to carry on with that theme, I'm going to put some Persicaria red dragon in there. That's got a lovely red leaf, and also put some of those Ensete ventricosum milia red leaf bananas. They can go in there. Probably have to dig them up for the winter. So there we are. We started the planting process. I've had lots of plant ideas from you already as well, so we shall continue with getting some plants in. This mound is a little bit high. That's going to be leveled down, and I'm going to put some purple leaved ground cover along there as well to just kind of fill in the gaps. And there we are. There's my new toy. Don't forget, if you buy one of them from my link, I get paid a commission, and your support is very much appreciated. I'll see you soon for some more Jurassic jungle garden adventures. Bye for now.